Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup and mystery because I have things I have to do today. So Brandon has to decide if he's coming over or not to see his kids because I'm frustrated and agitated and it's a lot. So anyways, I'm going to do a yellow look today, which is going to be interesting because I kind of think yellow eyeshadow looks bad on me, honestly. But we're going to work through it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are talking about the case of Anastasia, whatever you want to say. It's actually Anastasia, I think. Yeah, Anna's name is Anastasia, so Anastasia. Or Romanov. The only reason I know how to pronounce that name correctly is because Brandon's sister is actually named after Anastasia Romanov. So that's the only reason I know how to pronounce this. So Anastasia was actually the princess of Russia, I guess. There's a Disney movie that was made about this whole case, and I actually did not watch it. I've never watched it, but I've heard it's really good. So there is a Disney movie about it if you want to watch it. I might plug it in on Disney Plus to watch and see. Silly. Why? I feel better now after that. Anyways. Yeah, I feel better after taking that out of your mouth. I feel better. So, anyways, basically Russia was in a depression after the World War, and they were tired of the Romanovs being in power and being in rule. The Russian people really thought it was time for a change. So, to do that, they kidnapped the Romanov family to basically overthrow them. This is what led to the Soviet Union, so great job, Russia. But anyways, so they kidnapped the Romanovs, and from what I read, they just moved him around for a while. They weren't planning to kill them, but eventually they realized that the only way for them to actually start anew was to kill the Romanovs, because they said that if there had been a Romanov alive, then they could have called for a claim to power kind of thing. So that's why they decided it would be best to just go ahead and kill the Romanov family, which is horrible and not funny at all. At all. It's just the way they decided to do this is so dumb. But anyways, so the Romanovs were said to have they brought in a firing range and they lined the Romanovs up, and they were said to have shot at them, and that is how the Romanovs are said to have been killed. Now there's a guy named Rudolph, I think was his name. I could be wrong. But he was apparently hired as the transportation van, and he said that his truck, he was ordered to remove the bodies. So he said that on this journey, his truck got stuck in the mud. So to go and free his car, he had to get out and obviously investigate. He heard rustling around in the back, and that is when he discovered Anastasia was still alive. And he said that he helped her escape. I never used this shade on my eyes, so I'm gonna try this shade today. But he said that he helped her escape and start a new life. And there are, from what I can tell, 3 instances of people claiming to be Anastasia. There was one woman who was in an insane asylum, and rumors went around that she was Anastasia. I think she called herself Anastasia, but I could be wrong. There was another woman who actually wrote a book, but what was weird about this book is it's told in the story of Anastasia's friend, and that's how she got it published. And she wasn't claiming to be Anastasia, and then afterwards she was claiming to be Anastasia, and then news articles kind of published and said this woman is a liar, which is possible. So the book is published. It's an autobiography, I think is what it is, of Anastasia. So There is a book if you're curious about that. But the woman that wrote that claimed to be Anastasia. And she even, like, when she died, newspapers even used Anastasia's real birthday and real birthplace for this woman, which is really weird. Especially when you think about it, the newspapers were the ones that originally said this woman is a liar. Do not believe her. She is not Anastasia. Not Anastasia. She is a liar. She failed her lie detector test. I need to text my brother after this. Yeah, I gotta text my brother. So, there was those two instances, which they had credibility to them, but they weren't, like, really well known, I don't think. I think the most well-known one was the Anna Anderson theory. So, there was a woman in Germany who tried to commit suicide and failed. She had a lot of injuries, so they brought her to a mental hospital, and she had been suffering from severe memory loss. And the only thing that they knew about her was that she had deep scarring on her back. So this woman was at this insane asylum for a year because she had no memories of her past life at all. And basically, like, there was another woman who came in, and they also knew that she had a Russian accent. I think that is important. I didn't note that. But anyways, another woman came into the mental hospital, and she instantly recognized this woman and started praising her and saying, "You are the lost princess Anastasia of Russia." So this woman was like, "What? I'm not a princess. No, there's no way." But doctors actually started to really take this other woman's claims about her being Anastasia, the princess of the Romanov family, pretty seriously due to the fact that she had no history and her wounds on her back, which could have been attributed to the torture. So people started to take it, the doctors started to take it seriously. Eventually, word got out that Anastasia was in this mental hospital, insane asylum. I think it was a mental hospital. But eventually, word got out that Anastasia was said to be there. And the, like, remainders of the like, Romanov, like, family kind of got together, and they were trying to decide if this woman deserved Anastasia's benefits, because if she was Anastasia, she had a lot of benefits, being the princess. Okay. And I believe the family themselves were split half and half. Like, half believed it was really Anastasia, and the other half was like, no, this is a con artist. But ultimately, they decided that there was no way that Anastasia could have survived, and they didn't believe the rumors about this Rudolph man helping Anastasia escape because she survived her family's murder and ended up somehow in this mental hospital. They decided it was not credible, it wasn't real. So Anastasia basically got nothing. Or Anna Anderson. She got nothing. And this kind of outraged the public, but at the same time, the public was kind of the same as the Romanov family. The Romainiers. I don't think that they were actually the Romanovs, but they were kind of like relatives. So anyways, the public was outraged because the public was split the same way. Half thought that she was Anastasia, the other half didn't. So basically, she was getting support from all over the world because people believed that she was Anastasia, and they thought that the Romanov family were just being cruel and not wanting to share the fortune with her, the rightful heiress to the fortune. Which, you know what, that's honestly very legitimizable. Like, that is something that is very possible. They could have thought that she was Anastasia but decided to say she wasn't to keep the fortune. Like, that's very, very plausible. So in the end, Anna Anderson started claiming that she was Anastasia. And she moved to the United States eventually throughout the years, and she met a man named John, and they lived out their lives together. I don't think that they had any children. But this is probably the most famous case of somebody claiming to be Anastasia. And it's important to note that Anna Anderson took to her grave, she said until she died that she was Anna Anastasia, the princess of the Romanovs. So, let's fast forward a little bit, a few years. There was a lot of interest in this case just due to people claiming to be Anastasia and claiming that she survived. So, that is when Russia really decided to take a look into the Romanov family's murders. And they had, like, the remains of the Romanov family, and they had them tested, and the results for Anastasia and Alexei, that was the younger brother, came back inconclusive, basically, so they couldn't tell if Anastasia and Alexei's remains were there. But a few years later, there were remains found on this road, and they were tested, and they were proven to be the remains of Anastasia and Alexei Romanov. So, it is proven that Anastasia did not survive. They think that Anastasia and Alexei, they were the youngest, actually were murdered somewhere else, and they were the first ones to be killed. Which is really cruel when you think about it, but at least they didn't have to watch their family die, but then, like, when you think about it, like, their family had to watch them die. So, yeah, that is the story of Anastasia Romanov and the Romanovs. It's a pretty tragic tale when you think about it. And also when you think about it, there were 3 people claiming to be Anastasia, and the first one that I talked about, I don't know the motive behind that one. The second one, I think the motive behind it was to get that book published. That's what I think, and I actually think that that second one was actually a friend of Anastasia. The third one, Anna Anderson. So after all this came to light, and she's unfortunately passed away at this time, we're able to connect the dots finally, because no one thought to do that before. But Anna Anderson actually apparently was working in a bomb factory when a grenade went off, and that's how she got all those scars and everything else. And unfortunately, she never, as far as we know, she could have and just never told anybody. But as far as we know, she never regained her memories, which is so sad. I wonder, like, if the bomb factory, like, thing going off is what made her lose her memory at first, and then that's what made her decide to go kill herself because she had no idea what was going on or anything, and that's what put her in the hospital. Like, that kind of would make sense to me. I forgot I wanted to use this today. These Sinful Color shade bosses are actually not that bad. I'm using the shade Proud today. It's kind of a yellowy white. Yeah, that is so much better than Inner Corner. At least for my skin tone. So I'm curious as to what you guys think. Did you ever watch the Anastasia movie? From what I picked up, it's a movie about a lost princess who goes around with a lost memory, and she meets people, and people are telling her, like, hey, you look like the lost princess. And then she meets a couple of people who are like, we're gonna pretend you're the lost princess, but she doesn't know that. But they were gonna go ahead and pretend that she was the lost princess Anastasia. Didn't realize that she was the lost princess Anastasia. They were just gonna pretend, but she actually ends up being the lost princess. Let me know what you guys think of the movie. Should I watch it with the boys? Is it a good movie? Or is it a bad movie? Because there are some older Disney movies, and this is like an older-ish Disney movie that I don't watch with the kids. And also, let me know what you guys think of this story. Am I the only one that thinks it's crazy that 3 people pretended to be this girl that literally got shot to death? Like, am I the only one that thinks that? Because I can't be the only one that thinks that. And let me know what case you think I should cover next. I have a whole portfolio on different cases, but I also am going to be taking an off season soon from filming because true crime can get a little dark, obviously. So again, I'm going to take some time off from filming this series, and that is your chance to have me revisit a case. Maybe I did a case that you just don't think I did very, very well. Maybe there's a new case you want me to cover. Really just anything. You can always leave those suggestions down below. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. All that social media great stuff really helps this channel out. It really helps me out. Lets me know what you guys are enjoying seeing. And yeah, I'm going to end it here. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. By the way, let me know if you think yellow eyeshadow makes me look sick, because I kind of feel like it does. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye!